Today, when we are done our grammar, we're going to switch over. I'm going to teach you also writing through reading comprehension. What's really, really important is how we structure answers when you read a piece of text, like a story or a poem or whatever it is, and then questions are asked after. So this one is called the big interview. So it says Charles sat at the cafeteria with 5 other students, waiting for Miss Swanson to interview all of them. Miss Swanson, the 7th grade science teacher, was looking for a lab helper. Charles' palms were sweaty. Oh, and his face felt hot. He wondered if his face was red and if anyone would notice. As he prepared his interview, Charles received a set of index cards with notes that he had made earlier. On each card had written the answer to the question that Miss Swanson might ask. The emergency eye wash station is not a place to get a drink of water. He quietly read from one card. Charles decided to check out the other candidates. Nearby, a girl with dark hair was shuffling her own set of index cards. Index cards are like little cards. So he's about to go into an interview and he's practicing some questions because he wants to do really well. He's practicing. So suddenly Charles looks up. He watched so he's looking at this girl beside him, watched as she tore a card into tiny pieces and shoved them into her pocket. Suddenly, he looked up at Charles. "Are you nervous?" she asked. "No, I'm not nervous, not at all." Charles stammered. Stammered means he mumbled. "What about you?" No, me neither," the girl responded. At that moment, Miss Swanson appeared. "Charles Locke," she called out. So Charles told the girl at the interview that he wasn't nervous. Was he telling the truth? So what I want is when you do a response like this, we need a clear topic sentence, which means you have to use the yellow part that you're going to highlight your answer when you're done. You're going to start with a clear topic sentence, and we don't just say yes or something. That you use as much as the question in your statement as possible. So, Charles, so you have to take a stand. Is Charles telling the truth? Charles was not telling the truth when the girl at the interview asked if he was nervous, period. And notice then the opening sentence, we do not give the answer away. The answer now happens in the second sentence, and that's when that turns green. Then you can answer the question. Answer it with many details, many examples from the story that you've read, the text that you read. When you're done answering it, you then say, a quote to support my answer is, comma, and then you get a quote. A quote is not someone who speaks. It's just a short sentence about whether you think Charles was lying or not, right? So one part it says, Charles's palms were sweaty. You can write about that. So a quote just means that you're taking a direct line from another author. It's not your work. So that's what a quote means. And then after you chose the quote, you say, I chose this quote because. And then that will give you a solid answer. If you answer all reading comprehension this way, you'll end up with a high level A, right? So this is what our goal is. So throughout this next session that we're together with, I'm going to show you how to do that, okay? So don't worry if you get it wrong the first time. It takes practice. It's not like I'm teaching you a math equation and you solve it and everyone's perfect. It takes time. So let's start with, go back to skills book. And when you're done with each time, you give me a thumbs up, and I want you to keep classwork open during this time. So that way you're not sitting around doing nothing. And that way you can start on those responses. And then for homework, I'll give you the writing part. So there'll be a bit of reading comprehension and writing where you can learn about different things every single class.
Teacher,
All right. Hi.
what are we doing?
Where are you?
I'm
I just
Olivia.
okay. I just explained. So keep reading comprehension open. And then when we're done, we're just starting on skills book, page 55. So that's where we all are right now. Okay. Let's go to plurals. So plurals are, we've got pony goes to ponies, ash to ashes, class to classes, tacos to tacos. So let's see how many of these plurals we can get. And we can listen to your develop a list poem using as many of the plural words above as possible. So a short little poem that you can about anything you like and use as many of the plurals above as possible. And we'll just read them out loud. Don't worry about typing it.